This right here, letting me speak, you have no idea how big this is. You know how many emails I've sent out trying to get people to let me speak? They don't want you, unless you have a resume or you own a business, or they don't want you to speak. Like, I tried to speak to at-risk youth at a youth detention center, and they were like, what do you do, and who are you? Are you, some sort of government official? I'm like, no, but I've been to jail. Like, I know what these kids are going through. They don't want you to speak. Like, you have to have something so he can give me that. That's huge. Huge, 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 huge. What I can give him, I make content that I make money for, and I give it to him for free. That's why we are on a mutual, that's why we're on the same team. We have a mutual value to each other. I give something to him, he gives something to me, but it's positive. Are the people that are on your squad right now, are they giving you negativity? Right? Every time he calls me and says, dude, I don't know. When you call me in the morning, 7 o'clock on your way to work, I don't know, man. I just, we keep getting shut down. I'm like, no. If he calls somebody that doesn't have the same attitude or the same mindset as me, he'd probably be like, yeah, you're right, bro. Like, shut it down. Forget about it. I mean, they don't want you. Like, they don't. But like I said, him and I have a few people. The second that I really, really, really sat down and reflected, and I was like, okay, what do I want in my life? What do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? Everything shrank. I went from this big, big pool of people to a very small one because nobody wants to be uncomfortable. Nobody wants to change. Nobody wants to grow. That comfort will kill you. Staying in that same exact spot with the same people, doing the same things all the time, never progressing. That's another human need, is to grow and to learn and to do better. Like, you have to do that. So I got a homie I met in high school, right? And he's been my best friend ever since. I met him when I was 16. First time I ever met him, I was like, I feel like I can kind of be myself around this dude. So we're in the car, and he had the big stereo with the subs in the back and all that. And I turned on Marcus Houston. And I was like, man, if I turn this on and he don't like it, like, it's about to be weird because it's slow jams, right? I turn it on, he turns it up. I'm like, okay. So we've been best friends ever since. Going through high school, every time I fail a class, he'd look at me like, he wouldn't say anything. I felt like he was like my dad. He wouldn't say anything, but he just looked at me like, he sat behind me in school, and I tried to talk to him. He'd be like, don't talk to me. I'm like, gee, you're my best friend. What do you mean? Like, don't talk to you. Like, right? Don't talk to me. I go to graduate, and we're walking, and I barely made it. Barely made it. By just the hair. I had to go to the teacher and ask him for extra credit assignment just to graduate, right? So I'm like, yo, we made it. He's like, you didn't make it? Like, he's not giving me any grace, but I'm like, he's my best friend. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be there for me. And we had gotten in these few arguments where I'm like, yo, what are we doing? You're my best friend. Like, why are you not giving me daps? Like, why are you not, right? After high school is when I get into drinking and doing drugs. And I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him like he's like a father figure. I'm pulling off this bottle. And I'm like, yo, give me the, no. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Social media, no love. I'm like, yo, look what I'm doing on my bike, bro. Look what I'm doing on my bike. I'm running from the police. Isn't that cool? Nothing, right? I've known him since I was 16, 15. I swear to you, he did not say, I'm proud of you, or show me love on any social media until I was 27 years old. And it's the day that I put out my first video of speaking. He hit me up and he was like, yo, I'm proud of you. Those are the kind of people you need on your squad. The people that know what you're capable of doing, and they hold you to that. Like, he always used to tell me, you better than that, you better than that, you better than that, you better than that. I'm like, when? When am I better? When do I get there? How do I get there? If I'm better, then when does it come? And it wasn't until then that he gave me that, that affirmation that I was like, he was like, yeah, that was good. And I was like, whoa. And another person, man, my mom. Yo, my mom shares every single one of my videos I post, my mom shares it. Every single day. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I have a motivational quote from my mom every single morning. What kind of people are on your team? And also, too, you need to analyze your team. You need to analyze your squad. There's people that are on your team that are sucking off of you. There's people on your team that are taking from you and they're not giving, right? They're taking from you and they're jumping on your bandwagon because you might be strong. Matt has had that happen where people are like, not in a personal way, but in a business way. He goes and pitches the program and they're like, oh yeah, that's great. We just want to change the name. Whoa, what? Like, I thought this was a mutual partnership. I thought we were on the same squad. I thought this was squad goals, right? I thought we were together on this. No. Yeah, we want to change the name. We want to change the days and all that. And he was like, whoa, like this doesn't work for me, right? So analyze the people around you and make sure that they're not using you to suck off of you or your talent or using you for entertainment. Who did the Instagram top 9 thing this year? Who did that? Anybody do that? You put in that little thing and they tell you your top 9 likes or whatever. I did it, right? So I put it in there because I want to see it. The top 2 videos on my Instagram that got the most likes, upwards of 3,000-4,000 or something like that, are videos of me taking an L. Like, what does that tell you? Videos of me crashing on my bike when the bike's spinning around and the bike takes out my leg. That's the most liked video. Not the one where I'm standing in front of a camera and I was like, wow, I just had a breakthrough in my life. Like, I just figured out why I'm depressed. I just figured out why I need affirmation from my father. I just figured out why I have issues with women. I just figured out why I've been depressed for a long time and I took antidepressants. I just figured all that out. And I put it out for the world to see. Nobody cares. Who want to see you eat? Who wants to see you eat? Do people on your team want to see you eat? The people that are liking and sharing, I didn't even know, like some of these people, I'm like, they hit double tap on the bike flipping like this and me getting my leg caught underneath it. I was like, oh, okay, you follow me? Like, what? I didn't know, because you don't show love. So you show love on me taking an L. People repost that. Me taking an L, bro, me rolling down the freeway, bike flipping everywhere, parts everywhere, right? That's a part of what I do, but I would assume if you're there for that, you'd be there for the good stuff, right? So when I do jump around on it and I'm jumping through the handlebars and I'm doing what I do best, nobody bats an eye. But the second you take an L, you get 25,000 views and you get 6,000 likes or whatever. I don't remember what it was. And then I know a lot of you are too young, but Funk Master Flex, remember him? He shared the video of me taking an L. He don't care about me. He wants to use me for traffic on his thing. He ain't a part of my squad. Like, just remember that all clout is not good clout. So I hit him up, right? I'm like, okay. He shared my video. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, Flex, like, let me come on the show. He has a radio show. I'm thinking, this is an opportunity, right? He shared the video. Yeah, it wasn't that cool. I was like, I know he laughing at me or whatever, or it's a joke, and so he can show it to everybody. He can create traffic for himself. He jumping on my bandwagon. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can hit him up and let me see if he'll let me come through. Like, I'll fly to New York. I'll go on the show. I'm like, yo, Flex, I'm about to change the world, bro. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I was depressed for a long time. I thought about committing suicide. Let me come on the show. Read, seen, left on scene. But he wanted to share my video, right? He wanted to share me taking an L. Just remember that. Analyze who is in your squad, bro. Analyze who's in your squad. Make sure that the people that are there are adding value and they're not piggybacking off of you, because you will start to feel it. It will start to weigh on you. When people are hanging on your back and you're carrying your team, if Matt was hanging with the same people that he grew up with, he wouldn't be here right now, because he's on a different level. He rose and he rose and he rose and he left those people behind. So analyze your squad. Pick your squad carefully, right? Because those are the people that are going to be there. They're going to be there. Everybody I tell from high school is crazy. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I barely graduated. I had people tell me when I was a senior that I was stupid. I had never read a book. I had never passed any kind of school. Everybody else was doing my schoolwork. My mom was helping me in my schoolwork. My girl was helping me in my schoolwork. But now he wants to be a motivational speaker. He wants to write a book. How? Doesn't matter. But that's what they think of me. So I keep them off the squad. And I keep people like Matt on the squad. He's like, you can do it, bro. Why not? Why not me? Why not? Okay? So I appreciate you guys letting me talk to you today, and I'll be here every Saturday.